Digital Romance TV.
Welcome to Digital Romance TV. I'm Joe Amoia, the Ambassador for Love, and today we're going to talk about the 5 things you must do if you're going to find love in 2014. Now, before we do that, I want to wish you a very happy new year, and I know that this time next year, if you put everything you've got into it, you could be sharing your life with that special someone. So let's talk about what you need to do to make that happen. Well, the first step is to start with the end in mind. It's to get crystal clear and to know exactly what it is you're trying to accomplish. See, there's a big difference between getting a man or getting a relationship or finding a great guy in a great relationship. 2 totally different goals. And there's a reason for this. So you want to get crystal clear and you want to identify what is it that you're exactly striving for. And once you do that, you want to move to step number 2. Now, step number 2 is taking a self-inventory. And in this step, what you do is you simply step out of your life and you take a look as if you're an observer and say, why is it that I don't have the result? And one of the best things that you can do in this step is to take responsibility for your part. Again, this doesn't mean blaming yourself, doesn't mean blaming anybody else, doesn't mean beating yourself up. It simply says, what role may I have played? And as you look back, you might say, you know what? I want a great relationship, and yet I continue to stay with guys who disrespect me. Or you might see that, you know what, you do want a relationship, and you've got, your heart is so hungry to have that love that you jump into relationships too quick. Or, you know, you do things that you wind up regretting. See, taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself. So you got to get clear with that. And once you do that, that will help you to move into step 3. Now, step 3 is learning from your past. See, I'm a big believer. There's no such thing as a mistake in life. There's what I call expensive learning lessons. And trust me, I've made a few. There was a time in life I spent 3 years with a woman that I was engaged to where I was absolutely miserable. And I tried so hard to make the relationship work and to try and make her happy, but I never got that result that I was ultimately looking for. So you want to look at your past, again, as if you're an observer, and you want to learn from it and see what you need to do differently to get closer to the result that you want to get. And that leads us to step number 4. And step number 4 is doing the right things. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. See, we all want the magic pill. We all want the quick fix. And the truth is, it simply doesn't work like that. There's good news and bad news. The bad news is there is no right way. There is no one way to find the love of your life. But that's also the good news, is because there's multiple ways. You know, look at those people, you know, who are in healthy relationships and observe how they've all met that special someone in different ways. Well, that's the really cool part about life. See, most of us spend our energy trying to figure out the how. And I got to tell you, we're not that smart. I believe that there's a bigger force in the universe that will take care of the details when you do your part. And I know that because that's exactly how I met my wife. I met my wife online 14 years ago. And if you would have told me that I would have met my wife online, I would have laughed. I would have called you every name in the book, and I would have bet everything I own against it. But see, that's the really cool thing about life. When you show up, when you do your part, the universe will do its part. So doing the right things simply is this. It's doing the thing that's going to take you closer to the goal that you're trying to achieve. So if you want to have a great relationship and you're with a guy who doesn't call when he says he's going to call, who only shows up when, you know, he's looking for some booty, and you know what I'm talking about, well, then you know what? If you continue to stay in that relationship, you may have a relationship, but it will never be the kind of relationship that you're ultimately looking for. So there's a big difference between doing things and doing the right things. So you want to make sure that you make choices and take action only in ways that are going to take you closer to your goal. And that's how you know. So simply ask yourself this question. Is this choice, is this action going to take me closer to the goal that I want to have? Or is it going to take me in a step further away? And that's how you define if it's the right action or not. And the 5th step is one that I'm a big believer in. It's one of the things I've learned early in my journey. And that if you want to succeed at anything in life, simply find somebody who already has that result, who's already good at it, who's already made all the mistakes, and learn from them. I call this getting a mentor, getting a coach, whatever you want to call it. Now, it doesn't have to be somebody professional that you pay. It could be someone you know that's been in a relationship, that's been in that relationship for a long time. Somebody who's good at dating, who has no trouble finding dates. Somebody who's really good at screening men and recognizing the red flags. Okay? And if you don't have someone like that, find someone that you can trust. And see, this is a big thing, and I'm going to be crystal clear on this. If you're going to invest your time in a coach or a mentor, it's got to be someone who has these three characteristics. It's what I call the KLT factor. And KLT stands for someone that you know, someone that you like, and someone that you trust. So before you invest in someone in their coaching or their mentoring, do your homework, get to know them, spend some time on the phone with them, follow their work, read their articles, and see if it really resonates with you. And again, it's got to be someone that you like, and it's someone that you trust as well. And that's something that you need to build up. You've got something called a gut instinct, and you know if it's the right thing. And so you simply need to follow your heart and make the right decision for the right reason. So the purpose of this, and you might want to go back and watch this again and actually write these steps down and really see where you need to focus and really put your energy in. And I promise you, if you follow just these 5 steps and you really play full out, some amazing things are going to start happening for you in 2014. As always, I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your feedback. We'll see you next time. God bless.